Musical works often weave together tales of success and failure, attracting listeners with their unfiltered honesty. Today, we'll be diving deep into a story that sent shockwaves through the hip-hop scene and beyond. Hold on tight as we delve into the fascinating story behind YNW Melly's heartbreaking admission, which revealed a gap in a previously unbreakable friendship and left the world pondering the actual meaning of devotion. Among the crowded field of rap artists, YNW Melly has quickly risen to prominence thanks to his impressive lyrical skills and undeniable charm. Behind the scenes, however, a tangled web of complications was slowly but surely spinning, threatening to crack the bonds of friendship that had been the basis of his success. Come along to our video as we on an emotional trip that reveals the underlying truth about the fragility of human connections, the strength of honesty, and the gravity of a single decision. Tears, confessions, and broken friendships all play a part in YNW Melly's narrative, which serves as a poignant reminder that the price of honesty sometimes is too much to bear, even in the realm of music, where aspirations and creativity clash. In the hip-hop industry, the spotlight shines on performers often. Some of them become wealthy and famous, while others get into legal issues that may ruin their careers. YNW Melly is one such musician who has lately into a foul of the law. In February 2019, police in Los Angeles, California arrested YNW Melly, whose true name is Jamel Maurice Demons, and accused him of 2 charges of first-degree murder. The killings of his close pals Anthony Williams, YNW Sack Chaser, and Christopher Thomas Jr., YNW Juvie, are at the heart of the allegations against him. The unexpected development shook the hip-hop culture to its core. The circumstances of this case are very unsettling. YNW Melly reportedly set up a fake crime scene to make it seem like his companions were shot in a drive-by, but the more they looked into it, the more they concluded that he was the one who killed them. Many people have wondered what might have prompted YNW Melly to execute such a horrific deed against his pals, but the rationale behind these sad events remains unknown. Disbelief developed among his followers as word of his detention spread. Millions of people all around the globe were listening to YNW Melly because of his distinctive sound and infectious hooks. People who could identify with his experiences of growing up in low-income areas responded positively to his songs. However, suddenly, those same admirers were confronted with a hard reality. Their hero was being accused of terrible crimes. The arrest stunned his admirers and prompted speculation about YNW Melly's sanity. How someone who seemed so bright and personable on stage could be capable of such brutality off stage was a mystery to many. More details about the case revealed that it was a tragedy that had taken the lives of 2 young people, not simply another celebrity controversy. We shall examine YNW Melly's cooperation with authorities and its effects on the current inquiry in the next section. Listen in to find out more about this riveting case and how it has affected the families of the victims and the hip-hop community at large. It's only reasonable to question how YNW Bortlen, YNW Melly's former colleague and co-defendant in the murder case, has behaved in the aftermath of YNW Melly's dramatic confession. Although YNW Bortlen has not made an official remark, those who are close to him have provided some insight into his point of view. Reports indicate that Melly's choice to incriminate YNW Bortlen has astonished and wounded him. They said Bortlen has always insisted on his innocence and accepted their version of events about the use of self-defense. Bortlen must have taken a serious blow when he overheard Melly admitting guilt and blaming him. Until we hear from YNW Bortlen directly, we should treat these stories with care since they are based on second-hand information. If genuine, though, it would shed light on the relationships between 2 creatives and portray a picture of a friendship broken by treachery. As we wait for further information in this case, it's important to have an open mind and pursue justice and the truth with compassion for everyone involved. Melly YNW's cooperativeness with the law enforcement shockwaves reverberated through the music business when word got out that YNW Melly, a rising star in the hip-hop scene, was working with police and maybe snitching on his own buddy and fellow rapper, YNW Bortlen. There was a lot of confusion and suspicion among his supporters as to what could have possibly prompted him to make such a move, and many of them began to doubt his devotion and honesty. Note that YNW Melly's collaboration with police followed his detention and subsequent charges of 2 accounts of first-degree murder. The deaths of Anthony YNW Sack Chaser Williams and Christopher YNW Juvie Thomas Jr., 2 other members of the YNW crew, were the impetus for the allegations against him. Although he maintained his innocence at first, it seems that the overwhelming evidence against him affected his choice to comply. Turning against someone you previously considered a friend to cooperate with authorities is a complicated matter. It prompts inquiries into issues of loyalty, trust, and survival. Some have claimed that YNW Melly's cooperation is an attempt to get a more favorable punishment for himself. Some others think the information he's giving might be crucial in getting justice for the victims' families. No matter where you stand on this issue, it's obvious that YNW Melly's decision to cooperate will have far-reaching effects for him and everyone else connected to this awful case. How this choice will affect his professional and personal life in the future is unknown at this moment. The new revelations in YNW Melly's case have left the relatives of the victims saddened and grieved. Seeing a former confidant or companion implicated in the deaths of their loved ones must have resurrected old wounds and inflicted unimaginable suffering. The possibility of YNW Melly helping the authorities must be upsetting for those loved ones. On the one hand, they may feel some hesitation that their loved ones' deaths will not be in vain. As they try to get their heads around the reality that someone they cared about turned on his accomplice, they may experience a range of complex emotions. The relatives of the victims are probably feeling a wide range of emotions, from anger to grief to perplexity to a sense of betrayal. They may ponder what clues they missed, or how they could have been so unaware of YNW Melly's actual character. The loss of their loved ones and the uncertainty of the judicial procedure that has gotten mired in treachery only add to their anguish. Keep in mind that these people are going through an unfathomable tragedy right now. They have our sympathies and should have our help as they attempt to get beyond this devastating news. The loss of loved ones and the unexpectedness of YNW Melly's decision to help the police is having a lasting and significant effect on their lives. How it affected YNW Melly's profession, recent happenings have had a major effect on YNW Melly's career. YNW Melly's star was on the rise in the hip-hop world before his arrest and subsequent collaboration with authorities. His popularity grew as a result of his songs Murder on My Mind and Mixed Personalities, and he was considered a rising star. He had a promising career until his suspected participation in a double murder case derailed him. He faces serious accusations with significant repercussions for a guilty verdict. The result has been a loss of popularity and a damaged reputation in the music business. YNW Melly's brilliance has left many of his followers feeling conflicted. Some people have a hard time separating the artist from the accusations made against him. The effect has been a drop in record sales and streaming figures as his fans remove themselves from his music. In addition, record companies and experts in the field have taken note of these shifts. They worry that associating with an artist who is facing such severe allegations would reflect poorly on them and hurt their careers. Because of this, YNW Melly has had a harder time securing partnerships and promotional possibilities. In conclusion, YNW Melly's arrest and the subsequent collaboration with authorities have had a major effect on his career. His popularity has declined, the music business has stopped providing him with possibilities to expand, and his career is stagnating. Even though the legal outcome of this incident is still up in the air, YNW Melly has an uphill road in rehabilitating his career. The recent acts of YNW Melly have sparked much discussion in the hip-hop scene. Fans and other creatives are shocked and dismayed that he would betray his pal YNW Bortlen by cooperating with the police. Those who formerly appreciated Melly's brilliance and promise are now bitter because of how things have turned out. In the eyes of some in the hip-hop culture, loyalty should always come first. They think Melly betraying the trust so essential to this kind of music by cooperating is against the code of the streets. Others, though, are realistic to know that everyone has a breaking point and may choose survival above loyalty if the stakes were high enough. Whatever your opinion may be on the matter, you cannot deny that YNW Melly has split the hip-hop world with his recent acts. Some of the artistic community has distanced itself from him, while others are watching events evolve before making a decision. Fans are struggling with how they feel about continuing to show their support for an artist who seems to be turning his back on his buddy, and it's unclear how this will affect the artist's career. In conclusion, there has been some backlash and some support for YNW Melly's decision to help law enforcement. Some people are disappointed and doubt his allegiance, while some can see the tough position he's in. Melly's career and the possibility of winning back his once devoted followers are both uncertain in the wake of this issue. That's all for today's video, guys. If you like our content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, share, and hit the notification bell to get the latest news from us. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.